Hey everyone! Today we're diving into something that's pretty critical: benefit fraud prosecution by the DWP, and how it's all playing out in the real world. So, stick around as we break it down, because it's not just numbers, it's less affected. So, the DWP is really focusing on benefit fraud, right? They're dealing with some serious court backlogs, and, that's causing a lot of complications. With the ongoing struggles in the judicial system, it's essential to understand how this impacts both the DWP's resources and the people involved. They're trying to tackle fraud, but sometimes it feels like they're just not keeping up.
Currently, the DWP is, shifting gears to focus on bigger cases. They have limited resources, and they've got to make some tough calls.
Last year, benefit fraud cost taxpayers around £7 billion. Can you imagine? That's a huge hit, and it's driving the DWP to crack down harder. But, this isn't just about numbers. It's about real people, claimants who may be vulnerable and caught up in this mess. And then there's the Public Authorities Fraud, Error and Recovery Bill. This is a significant piece of legislation that's going to change the game.
It's like a double-edged sword. On one hand, it's meant to tighten things up and recover funds. But on the other, it could lead to more stress for those who are just trying to get by. It's really a balancing act, and, it's tough to watch.
Now, during COVID-19, we saw a spike in fraud levels. It's no surprise given the urgency of the situation. The DWP had to act fast, leading to an increase in overpayments of universal credit. It shot up from 9% to 14.5%.
They were just trying to provide quick support, but, it backfired in some ways. It's a real wake-up call about how we need to be prepared for crises without letting fraud slip through the cracks.
Neil Coulings from the DWP recently talked about the volume of fraud and the limitations on prosecutions. It's, overwhelming. And with a current backlog of 73,000 cases, the system is really feeling the strain. It's hard not to feel a bit hopeless when you see numbers like that, but there are some plans in motion. The government is looking to hire 3,000 new enforcement staff.
That's a significant boost, but it kind of makes you wonder, will that really solve the problem? Alongside that, there's new legislation coming up aimed at recovering funds from claimants, which is, a bit concerning. It's like the DWP's organized crime investigators are gearing up for a battle, but at what cost? So, wrapping this all up, the DWP is really trying to tackle benefit fraud head-on.
But, it's a complicated situation that requires a delicate approach. We've got to remember that while fraud prevention is vital, it's equally important to support vulnerable claimants.
It's a tough road ahead, and, it's crucial that we find a way to do both. If you felt even a bit of this, whether it's frustration, confusion, or just, a sense of helplessness, know that you're not alone. It's a lot to process.
We've got to stay informed and engaged, so if you found this helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below.
I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. How do you feel about the balance between tackling fraud and supporting those in need? Let's keep this conversation going. Thanks for tuning in, and, let's hope for better days ahead.